All righty, everybody, welcome. This is the Hammer Down TV Hammer Down Racing League Super Late Models. Tonight we are at Limaland. Qualifying underway at the moment. Just a heads up, but forgive me if I'm a little off tonight. I injured my back yesterday on some pretty nifty drugs for it, so bear with me tonight because I didn't do any prep for this show. But qualifying's underway right now. We got Joshua Lawton on the pole so far, the 12.486. Tyler Hudson right behind him with a 0.497. So far, only a half second separating the entire field. Less than a half second. So if that close of a spread, this should be a great show. Might be some beating and banging and some action going on here. Now, these are the super late models that iRacing brings us. iRacing has 3 different late models. They have the limiteds, the pros, and the supers. So these are the bad of the bad. These are the fastest of the fast when it comes to fender cars. The best of the best. At least until we get the IMCA stock cars on iRacing. But that's neither here nor there. Last race I called was the UMP's Monday. It looks like we got a couple drivers from that show sitting up in the top 5. We got Tyler Hudson. He's so far qualified second. And Leo Pena, he's in 4th. Just looking from here, looks like we only got 2 more cars at practice that we're looking for times now. Tyler Reed's looking like he's pulling out of the pits and looks like he might be the last car to put in a time. Really simple car, the 5150 logo on the front of it. That's a nice looking car, very clean. 58 coming around to put his final lap in. That lap put him in at 11th. Let's see what this lap comes in. And it keeps him there. Just listening around the track, we got about 30 seconds left in this qualifying session. Once again, some sponsors for Hammer Down Racing League. You got iRacing, iFlag, Evil One Graphics, and Excalibur Race Engines. That's 3 of the sponsors. Qualifying's wrapping up. We're going to get the heat races populated and get the first heat out on the track. Gonna have 8 cars in this first heat. Looks like we got 4 heats to 3 heats. We only got 3 heats tonight. But on your front row for this first heat race, inside the front row, you got Josh Lawton. Outside of him, Leo Pena in the 1 car. Inside row 2, the 024 of Ryan Martin. Outside of him, Tyler Burrow in the 35. Inside row 3, you got Matt Dial in the 107. Russell Snellings in the 111 outside of him. Darren Litterall in the 68. He's inside row 4, and rounding out the field in this heat race is Joshua Van Gore in the 454. Got 10-lap heat races. We'll be doing a 50-lap main later on. As with Monday, I'm going to try my hardest to keep track of what laps we're on. Hammer Down Racing, we do not count caution laps during the feature race, so Iracing does. So the lap count gets a little skewed. You'll see that later on with the lap counts. The base truck should be heading in this time, and we'll be going green flag at the line for the first race of the super late models. Green's out, we're underway. Josh Lawton out to a lead super early. Looks like Ryan Martin's up to second. Leo Pena settles into third, but he has some high side challenge in the 107. That's Matt Dial. Great thing about the first couple races of the season is with the new Season 4 iRacing build, where we're going to have some drivers trying to relearn their setups. Now Leo Pena, he's challenging Ryan Martin for that second place position. There's some contact in the back. There's a car spun out back there. That was 107, Matt Dial. Tough break for Matt. He was running up front pretty good. Russell Snellings was also involved in that. Like Leo Pena has secured that second place spot, but he has 1.1 seconds to chase down Joshua Lawton in that 40 car that's leading. He's only got 2 laps to do it. That time by, keeping the same pace. White flag out. 1 lap to go for Josh Lawton. Josh Lawton coming to checkers. Your heat race 1 winner. That is That's Joshua Lawton in the 40 car. Second place, Leo Pena in the number 1. Ryan Martin in the 024 in third. 35 of Tyler Burrow in fourth. And running out your top 5 is Darren Litterall. Heat 2 gridding on the racetrack. Heat 2, your lineup, you got Tyler Hudson in the 0-1. He's inside that front row. Outside of him, the 71, that's Richard Spar. Inside row 2, you got Chris McGuire in the 25. Outside of him, Tyler Reed in the 58. The 74, Blake Brown. Inside row 3, outside of him, the 85 of Cole Harvey. Tyler Hargrove in the 211. He's inside row 4. And Cody Gloin. That name looks really weird, so I have a feeling I'm pronouncing it wrong, but we'll go with Gloin for that one. He's the outside row 4 for this heat race number 2. Once again, Tyler Hudson. He was the flag-to-flag leader of the UMP Modifieds Monday, the last race that I announced. Great 3-way battle between him and Leo Pena. Josh Minot not racing tonight. He was also in that race. Great battle for the top 3 spots. But the pace truck's in, and we are going to go green. Three wide for second place. Contact. Oh, that's a tough break for the 70. I think that's 74. That was Blake Brown that got shuffled down in that 3 wide battle. 3 wide for third. So I love about this racetrack. This racetrack is busy. Tyler Reed, he's up to that 3rd spot. Cole Harvey in 4th. Blake Brown in 5th. So Chris McGuire was the big loser in that big dust up at the start of the race. He is out of the race, it appears. Coming to 5 laps to go. There's some contact in the wall there. The 58, Tyler Reed, hit the wall. That opens the door for Cole Harvey going into turn 1. Cole Harvey trying just a little lower look. Behind them, a battle for 5th. Blake Brown and Tyler Hargrove battling for that 5th spot. Well, we got 2 laps to go for the leader. Tyler Hudson out to a 2.5 lead so far. Cody Gloin disconnected, so that's another car out of this heat race. Tyler Hudson coming off turn 4, your heat race 2 winner. That is Tyler Hudson. Second place, Richard Spar. Tyler Reed in 3rd. Cole Harvey 4th. Tyler Hargrove is the 5th place finisher for that heat race. Heat 3 gridding up. Heat 3 on the inside of the front row, you'll have the 442. That is Jordan Casey. Outside of him in the 23, Jeremy Capron. Inside row 2, you got Mookie Haney. That's the 125 car. Outside of him, the 112, that's Adam Davis. Row 3, you got Eddie Underwood in the 14 car and Devin Johnson in the 83. Michael Mackay, that's the 22. He's outside of inside row 3. That'll be your field for this 3rd heat race. One of my favorite things about Iracing is the Trading Paints app. You get to see some really cool paint schemes. Green flag's out. We are underway. Back on the bomb, 3 wide for the lead. Cameron contact with the leader. We got a battle up front. 442. Jordan Casey led that lap. We got a high side hustler, Jeremy Capron. Burn on the top. He led the last lap. Don't look now. We got another car on the inside. That's Mookie Hanny on the inside. We got a Catfish and a High Side Hustler in this heat race. Mookie Hanny on the bottom. Last lap by 0.2 of a second. Mookie Hanny trying to get that bottom working. It was just 0.1 of a second. He's nosing ahead in the corners. Very good racing lines here. Mookie Hanny is going to be coming by line this time. This time, Mookie Hanny leads. 4 laps to go. Spots. Now Jeremy Capron's trying to bottom. He's back in the lead. Running that top side. Looks like Jordan Casey's taking an eyeball at these leaders, seeing if either of them mess up. The outside, but Mookie Hanny that time by. Jeremy Capron's still your leader. Mookie Hanny trying the crossover. He dives in deep going into turns 3. Oh, that was turn 2. My bad. So Jeremy Capron was the winner over there by 0.1 of a second over Mookie Hanny. Third place, Jordan Casey. Adam Davis in 4th, and readjusted everything for me again. Adam Davis 4th, and Eddie Underwood was your top 5. Two C mains again tonight. Moment here. A little bit of technical difficulties here. Somehow my ease of access stuff got turned on, so this annoying click in my ears. Speak. Real quick, Tyler Hargrove, Eddie Underwood on your front row, Josh Van Gore, Blake Brown, second row, Michael Mulcahy, Matt Dial, third row, Cody Gloin, Devin Johnson, and Russell Snelling and Chris McGuire. That's your field for this C main. Thor trying to get that bottom side working. Battle for the lead. You got the 14 and the 211. Eddie Underwood, Tyler Hargrove. Fight for the lead coming off of 4. That time by. You had the 211. Tyler Hargrove leading. 54 trying to stick his nose into the mix. You got the 74. Blake Brown in the mix for the lead here. Trying to cross over on the 14 car. Contact 454, 74. A 22, all contact in the first corner. 22 spins out, takes out the back of the field. Everybody, tough break for the 454. shook up the field. Half-second lead, though. Tyler Hargrove, Eddie Underwood in second, Matt Dial third. For that fourth spot. At the third spot, Matt Dial, Chris McGuire. Lap C main here. To go to 25. Chris McGuire has completed that pass on Matt Dial. Out front, Tyler Hargrove. That Chris McGuire car, he's moved from 3rd to 10th, or 10th to 3rd in this C main. Third, that's a great move through the field. Earhart Charger trying to make that big show here. Make it. Tyler Hargrove, your winner of this C main. Hargrove, Eddie Underwood second, Chris McGuire third, Matt Dial fourth. Devin Johnson fifth, your first car out. Michael Makahay, Josh Van Gogh, Richard Snelling, Blake Brown, all did not finish that race. So tough breaks for them. And my apologies, still trying to sort out this going on here. All right, that's a lot better. Now I can actually get in where I can read everything. Ryan Martin, Tyler Reed, Jordan Casey, Tyler Burrow, Cole Harvey, Adam Davis. That's your lineup to start. We're green. The early leader, Ryan Martin, Tyler Reed second, Jordan Casey third. But they're all 6 cars under a blanket for that top spot. Jordan Casey trying the super low line. Ryan Martin still your leader. Tyler Reed trying the top side. He's starting to fall back a little bit. Battle is for the lead. Ryan Martin, Jordan Casey at the line. This time Jordan Casey has the lead. Cole Harvey's up to third. Tyler Reed falling through the field slowly but surely. Big knot of cars. Jordan Casey starting to leave the field, and that's a good thing because they are all right under a blanket contact. The 024 and the 14. Ryan Martin, Eddie Underwood, contact for that fourth spot. Those two still beating on each other. Don't look now from fifth to second. Cole Harvey has his sights set on Jordan Casey out in the lead. He's not there yet. The battle on the track is for this third through fifth spot. But then by Tyler Reed had it. Ryan Martin fourth, Eddie Underwood fifth. Looks like Ryan Martin's kind of settled in now. The battle's for fourth on back. Cole Harvey slowly catching Jordan Casey up front with 5 laps to go. Lead's cut down to a half second. Cole Harvey, he has the drive in, but Jordan Casey has the drive off. He's still got a dogfight back at the back of the pack. Looks like they finally sorted out the crash. Tyler Hargrove, your C-Main winner, he's out. That's a tough break for Tyler Hargrove. Another 10th off. There's only 2 laps to go. Cole Harvey looks like he ran out of steam trying to chase down Jordan Casey. Last lap on the track. Cole Harvey threw it in hard, tried to get something to stick, did not work. Jordan Casey, your B-Main winner. Cole Harvey second, Ryan Martin third. Eddie Underwood fourth, Tyler Burrow fifth, Darren Litterall sixth, Chris McGuire seventh, Tyler Reed eighth, Adam Davis, Matt Dial, Tyler Hargrove round out your field. Now we got a 2-minute warm-up session. I'm going to take a little 2-minute break to get my back stretched out. Then we will have our main event coming up. All right, warm-up's done. Your main event is gridding on the track. Once again, 50 laps. Do not let that 200 laps dissuade you on the ticker up above. That is a Iracing thing. We have to add all those extra laps just in case we do have cautions. Because Hammer Down Racing, we do not count them here. But your lineup, inside the front row, the 40 of Josh Lawton. Outside of him, Tyler Hudson. The 01. Row 2, you got the 442 of Jordan Casey and the 1 of Leo Pena. 71 of Richard Spar and the 23 of Jeremy Capron. That's row 3. Row 4, you got Ryan Martin and Chris McGuire. Mookie Haney, Tyler Burrow. That's row 5. I just said a whole bunch of lies right there because my grid thing mixed up. Let's go through. Josh Lawton, Tyler Hudson, Jeremy Capron, Leo Pena, Richard Spar, Mookie Haney, Jordan Casey, Cole Harvey, Ryan Martin, Eddie Underwood, Tyler Burrow, Darren Littoral, Chris McGuire, Tyler Reed, Adam Davis, Matt Dale, and Tyler Hargrove. 17 cars made the feature. 1 lap till we go green. Josh Lawton controls the field. As soon as the pace truck's in, he can go whenever he wants. And he goes, and we're green flag. Everybody makes it through turn 1 successfully. Lap 1 complete. Your leader, Josh Lawton. Front of the field is rather sorted. There's a dogfight in the back, as is expected at Lima Land. 3 wide off turn 2. That didn't end well for a couple drivers. The 14 car, he hit the wall at the little driver entry. He spins out. Ryan Martin at 24. Caution flag is out. That was some tough racing back there. Yeah, Eddie Underwood. He got used up off turn 4. All down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Then he kind of used up Ryan Martin going into turn 1. So a little bit of blousing and gouging going on there. Tough break for Matt Dayal and Ryan Martin. They're both out of the race. That was 4 laps complete. We're green once again. It'll be banging on the inside between the 442 and the 85 of Cole Harvey. It's back in the back of the bag. That's for 11th spot. Meanwhile, up front, we almost forgot. There's a battle for the lead with all the action going on in the back. Josh Lawton out to a half-second lead. Tyler Hudson second. Jeremy Capron third. Leo Pena in 4th. They've held their spots so far through the race. E23 Jeremy Capron looking inside for second place on Tyler Hudson. Coming through turns 3 and 4 at the line this time. Tyler Hudson still has second place. Looks like the inside starting to become the place to work at the moment. Tyler Hudson success to get a little loosey-goosey for the 23. He had a little moment coming off of turn 4. He maintains his spot, however. There you go, pushing the wrong buttons. Some good battles back through the pack. You got Richard Spark, Cole Harvey, a battle for 6th. Fast mover so far would be Adam Davis. Started 15th, he's up to 10th, but he's kind of stalled out there the last few laps. Everything's got a single file for a while, except for a little bit of contact back towards the back. Through 13th, 14th. At general vicinity, they got a good battle going on. Lots of friendly beating and banging going on through the field, but nothing too drastic yet. Once again, that's why I like fender cars, just because you gotta use them. I've nicknamed them, I call them just persuasion panels. Let you persuade who's gonna have the position. Out front, however, second lead, Josh Lawton still out front. Tyler Hudson second. Jeremy Capron third. Leo Pena fourth. Mookie Haney fifth. Things getting kind of single file. Not before too long. Leaders are going to be on to lap traffic. Josh Lawton about a straightaway away from getting to the back markers. First back marker left on the track, you got Eddie Underwood. Everything's kind of went single file for the moment. Once again, lap count says it's lap 28. That is a lie because we don't count cautions. Had a 3-lap caution, so we're sitting right about lap 26 at the moment, so we're just a little past halfway in this battle. Lap traffic can always cause some issues. Looking back in the middle of the pack, Cole Harvey, he's under attack from Darren Litterow. Seems like Cole Harvey's been beside someone pretty much this entire night of racing. Right now, he's so far right now ahead on this battle for the 7th spot. A little further behind him, Jordan Casey and Tyler Reed. Tyler Reed gets into the wall. That's going to open up that battle. Now it's just a few car lengths separating lap traffic from the leader. Josh on just a couple corners away from catching lap traffic. That's going to open up a lot for Tyler Hudson. Tyler Hudson now trying to get around the lapped car of Eddie Underwood. Your leader, Josh Lawton, he's working on the 211 of Tyler Hargrove. Looks like going through lap traffic, Josh Lawton is actually opening his lead a little bit. Next car on his list will be the 25 of Chris McGuire. A little bit of contact with the lap car. That's what leaders are afraid of, going through lap traffic. Josh Lawton puts a slider on the lapped car of Chris McGuire, saying he's probably not too pleased with being raced by a lapper. But they can. That's actually cost half the lead Josh Lawton's had. Laps winding down, around 10 laps to go here. Lawton finally gets around the lapped car of Chris McGuire. Now it's Tyler Hudson's turn. He makes very quick work of it, so he's now within a half second, a little over a half second of the leader Josh Lawton. Oh, 7 laps to go, approximately. Now on the open track once again, Josh Lawton's opening that lead up. He gained 0.2 of a second that last lap by. Everything's kind of spread out around the racetrack. The only battle is looking like once again Cole Harvey and Darren Litterall are side by side with each other. They've opened up that gap a little bit further. 0.3 of a second separates leaders. Let's get back up to that. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a mistake out of Josh Lawton. Only 3 or 4 more laps to go. Tyler Hudson throws it on the inside. He's right on the back bumper. He got some lap traffic in front. That's the 442, Jordan Casey. Let's see if he slows down Josh Lawton, and he does a little bit. Oh, there's 2 cars side by side of the leaders. Now the leaders are side by side each other. Side by side for the lead. That time by Josh Lawton had it. Tyler Hudson. He's now on the inside. He's going to try to shut the door with the lap car. He's trying to close the door side by side at the line. Dead heat at the line. 0.03 of a second. That was your race right there, everybody. By 0.03 of a second. Joshua Lawton is your race winner. Second place, Tyler Hudson in the 01. Jeremy Capron in third. And some cars crossed the line, so that's as far as my lineup was able to go. Leo Pena, looks like Leo Pena was fourth. I'll go with the top 5 will be Richard Spar in 5th. Once again, that seems a little unofficial, but for definitely your winner is Josh Lawton by 31 thousandths of a second, 3/100ths of a second. Waiting to see if we're gonna do some interviews here. Bring Josh Lawton in. Josh Lawton, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. That was a 3/100ths of a second for the win over Tyler Hudson there. That lap traffic got you guys really close there at the end.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they're able to race. I kind of wish they got out of the way. I found something a little bit there on top. I had a really good line there, probably for the first, I don't know, 3/4 of the race, and then it all of a sudden went away, and I had to find something else. And me and Tyler have had some good battles. That's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, that was a great race right there. For most of the race, it was kind of single file. You kind of got out to a couple second lead, and then that lap traffic kind of closed you guys together. Any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I just need to thank our laps and the auto spot for coming on board and sponsoring me. First race of the series with the hammer down. Need to thank all them guys for putting this on. It was a fun night.
All right, everybody. That was Josh Lawton.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Let's bring in Tyler Hudson, your second place finisher. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Not much. So, you got out to a pretty good lead. The other guy and lap traffic kind of got you guys right back together. Do you think you had anything for him if you had a couple extra laps?
Man, that was I can't believe we had one yellow. First of all, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I was just trying stuff behind him, trying different lines to see if I could find some grip because I thought for sure we'd get another yellow, and we didn't. So I kind of got behind there, just trying to search around. And then yeah, with like 15 to go, I started running him back down a little bit, and he got into that lap traffic. And man, those last two laps, I had him like I was in front of him for like 90% of the last two laps, and he passed me right there before the start finish line to get the checkered flag. So, that's pretty it's disappointing because now I replay those last few laps and like what I could have done different to hold the lead there. But it's tough with those lap cars, and Josh is a real good friend of mine, so I didn't want to run him dirty or anything like that. Tried to run him as clean as I could, and he definitely earned that win though.
Yeah, the margin of victory was 31 thousandths, 3/100ths of a second. So, any sponsor, anything you would like to thank?
Just shout out to Iracing, you guys for doing the broadcast, the league, all the guys here at Hammer Down. It's pretty cool. One Up Motorsports, Darren Haskell. They helped me with the setup and all that good stuff. So thanks to all those guys, and it was a blast. I hope it was fun to watch.
That was a fun one to watch, and especially at Lima Land when you don't get too many cautions. If you go green for a while there, it always puts on some really good racing.
Yeah, for sure. It was really cool how the track it kept moving around a little bit. During the feature, it stayed sort of the same, but before that, all night it was kind of moving around, bottom, middle, top. It was just kind of all over the place, and trying to keep up with it was very important. So that was pretty cool to see.
All right, that was Tyler Hudson, your second place finisher. Once again, I didn't catch who finished third immediately because that's when everything got kind of resorted there. But those are our two interviews for tonight. I'm gonna get on some ibuprofen and try to get my back feeling better so I can maybe race Sunday. Sunday's a street stocks race. Sundays, they also have the 410 sprints racing. So make sure to check out Hammerdown TV for that. Hammerdown Racing sponsors. You got iRacing iFlag, Evil One Graphics, Excalibur Race Engines, My name's Rick from Wyoming Motorsports Digest. Make sure to check that out on Facebook. And that concludes tonight's broadcast. Have a good night, everybody.